Hi there, it's Andrea here. Welcome to my live. I just wanted to talk today a little bit about how to cope after a bad night's sleep. You know, when you've had a terrible night's sleep or sometimes no sleep, it can be really hard to cope the next day. So I just wanted to run through 10 things that I think really help. And as you know, some of you know, I had problems with insomnia for quite a few years, and so I've got a great deal of experience in managing to get through a day and actually do a day's work whilst sleep deprived. So let's get started. So the first thing to do is to have, if you can, the right mindset. So when you wake up in the morning, or you may not have even been asleep, but let's say you've had a little bit of sleep, you feel pretty rough. When your alarm clock goes off, it's a real sinking feeling in your tummy, really, isn't it? Because you think, oh no, I just need more sleep. I don't want to get up. I know I've got to get up, but I don't want to. So you start off the day really in not a good place. So the first thing is to get yourself in a better place straight away. So first thing to maybe try and do is just take 1 minute to just think of things to be grateful for. Maybe write these down so that you've got them. If you've got problems with sleep, ongoing, write them down in a little book and just look at them and think about the things that you've got to be grateful for. They're going to be different for everybody, but give that a go. So that's one thing that you can do. The other thing you can do is not worry too much about the fact that you haven't had any sleep. Loads of books and information about how bad it is not having any sleep, and that can cause problems, significant problems in itself. So just remember that you'll always get enough sleep to cope. Your body will get enough sleep. It's a bit like breathing. You'll always breathe, it's automatic. Well, sleeping, your body, unless you're being tortured and you're not being allowed to sleep, you will get enough sleep to cope. You may not feel like you have, because you may feel pretty rough and terrible, but actually you will get enough sleep. So just bear that in mind, and don't be too anxious about the fact that you haven't had a good night's sleep. You will feel pretty rough that day, but there are some things that I'm going to tell you about that you can do that might help. So let's carry on. So the second thing is just to get up at your usual time. So don't hit the snooze button. It's not a good idea. Keep to your regular rhythm, routine. That's going to have a better effect for helping you to sleep again the next night. So don't hit the snooze button. If you can, just get up when you should do. So that's the second thing, really. And that's more about, getting some better sleep the next night. The third thing is, and really important this, get some really bright light as soon as you get up. So if it's summertime, you're okay. You can just open the curtains usually and just get some nice bright light. Even cloudy days in the UK are fine. That gives you enough light. We have sensors in our eyes which starts getting our bodies ready for the day and releases hormones which are going to stimulate us to get moving. So get some bright light. If it's winter, I have a ring light, right? So when I get up in winter, I usually get up about 6:30, 7. It's dark, so I just put my ring light on, and I'll often just check my emails and things with it on for 10-15 minutes, and I get that bright light in that way. So bright light, really important. The next thing is to hydrate. So have a big glass of water. Have a glass of water with some lemon in, and just get some fluid into your body. When we wake up in the morning, we are dehydrated. So just getting that big glass of water first thing is a good start to the day. I tell people not to have caffeine for the first hour. In the morning when we wake up, our cortisol levels are starting to rise. That's what wakes us up. So for some people, adding caffeine into that can make our hearts a little bit bumpy and can make us a bit jittery. So I usually say just for an hour, leave off the caffeine, stick with the water or some herbal teas, and have the caffeine in about an hour after you've got up. So that's a good thing to do. The next thing is, which I find really helpful, is to get in a shower. So get some either hot or cold water, whichever one makes you feel better. Get some zingy shower gel, a nice smell that gets you going. All these things do help. and it'll make you feel a little bit more awake. If you're going to wash your hair, you know, getting that water flowing over you, that's very helpful for starting to wake you up and make you feel a little bit better. So give that a go. The next thing is put some music on. So if you're in your kitchen making your breakfast or whatever you're doing, I've got a playlist of music that I really like that makes me feel happy and livens me up. And we know that dopamine is released when we play music that makes us feel good. So we could all do with a dopamine boost when we've had no sleep. So get some music playing, you know, either quietly or loudly or however you like it. Get that music on or get the radio on. It's another stimulus that can help you get through the day. The next thing is to get some movement. So whatever you like to do in terms of movement, it doesn't have to be anything vigorous because you probably don't feel like doing anything really energetic. Walking's fine. Get out in daylight if you can and go for a walk around the block. I like to swim. I'm lucky enough to be a member of a gym that has an outdoor pool, and whenever I was sleep deprived I used to go for a swim, and the outdoor light used to wake me up, and I always used to feel better after that swim. So that's a really good thing to do. So choose whatever movement it is that you like to do and just do it. And the next thing is just to be kind to yourself really during the day. Don't do anything too stressful. Obviously, you know, most of us have got to go to work, so we've got to work and you know, get stuck into that. But if you've got things that you can sort of put off a little bit, if they're going to be pretty stressful, then put them off to another day when you've had a better night's sleep. So be kind to yourself really and look after yourself, and that helps. And don't expect too much of yourself on these days when you're sleep deprived. The ninth is about napping. So I don't recommend that you nap unless you absolutely have to. If you feel that you really need a power nap, then do so around about lunchtime. Don't leave it too late during the day, but make it no more than really 20 minutes. I could never nap when I had insomnia. I couldn't go to sleep. I used to do some meditation and some breathing exercises, and that worked really well for me. So choose a breathing exercise that works for you, or some meditation, and just take 10, 15, 20 minutes, perhaps in your lunch hour, just to spend some quiet time, just to shut your eyes and just do some breathing. And I always felt that it gave me a little bit of a boost for the rest of the day. It just gave me that little bit of extra energy. So definitely recommend that you give that a go. There's plenty of breathing exercises that you can do, so look up some of those and give those a go. And then the last one is food. So I found it really difficult. I put quite a bit of weight on when I had insomnia, and that is very common. We have two hormones, leptin and ghrelin. When we're sleep deprived, our leptin levels go down, and our leptin levels are what keep us feeling full. So when we've not got much leptin, we don't feel full. So we are more inclined to eat. And the things that we tend to eat are the carbohydrate foods, processed foods, stuff that really we don't want to be eating. And actually the things that make us gain weight. And also we have an increased amount of ghrelin, and that is the thing that actually keeps our appetite down. So if we've got more of that, then we're going to be more hungry. So again, the two work hand in hand to make you want to eat more and eat more of the bad stuff. So it's a good idea to plan really if you're having problems with sleep, to have stuff in your cupboard that maybe is easy to cook, that is healthier for you. Things like soups are really good. Keep some frozen jacket potatoes in the freezer, have some beans, lots of fruit, some vegetables. I mean, none of us want to be cooking a 3-course meal when we're sleep deprived, but if you can sort of plan to have things in that are easy to cook and are going to keep you full, then you're going to be less likely to grab onto the convenience junk food really, that is something that we really don't want to be having. So try and plan for that really. So there's 10 things, so I'll just run through them. So we've got the mindset, we've got getting up at your usual time, a nice bright light, hydrate, a shower, get some music on, get some movement, be kind to yourself, take a power nap if you need it, and then watch what you're eating. So 10 tips that I hope are helpful. Like I say, if you look after yourself, you can get through these days. And the other thing is really, you don't need to suffer with problems with sleeping. If you are having significant problems, then head over to my website. I have a course on there, CBT course, that you can take that is pretty much guaranteed to improve your sleep within about 4 to 6 weeks. Read some of the testimonials on there. Head over there, have a look around, and if you are having problems, I urge you to not continue suffering any longer. So hope that helps, and I will see you next time. Thanks.